back to another episode of Poncha Talk. My name is Ellie and I'm host of Poncha Talk, and in this podcast we talk about all things related to remote work, living abroad, and your passion projects and dreams in life. And today we're going to have our first ever cooking show podcast edition with my good friend Mahdi, who's a DJ and musician on Madeira, from Tunisia originally, and today he's gonna cook brunch for me, and we'll chat about his life. Welcome.
Nice chat.
Welcome.
Thank you. My pleasure.
What are we having today?
What are we having today? I never plan.
Oh.
I think improvisation is just a part of the life. You can improvise in your everyday life. You can improvise as a musician. You can improvise as cooking.
Nice.
You know? Because I think it's a boundary. If you just like, I need to cook this, or you trap yourself with a specific name of the food. Hot coffee?
Sure. Yes,
Sure.
that's actually better. So we improvise.
Well, it's gonna be between healthy and unhealthy food, but I promise that it's gonna be delicious.
Nice. That's all I need.
Alright. So this is me, Mahdi from Tunisia.
Yeah. Was
By the way,
Was that also an improvised decision, or how did you get to Madeira?
actually, we can say it was a half improvised decision. It was a destiny.
Nice.
It was a destiny. Like, I've been actually planning to find a nice master somewhere to add, like as a master degree in design. So yeah, it was like basically Canada or USA. That was the plan at the beginning. But someone suggested Portugal, and I found this opportunity to get accepted in the Universidade da Madeira, which I thought is just Portugal.
Madeira.
Yes.
It is, you know.
It is, but it's not. It's an island. You know the thing?
Yeah.
So basically what happened was that I find myself coming to an island by chance. And I arrived here and I started to study, and then I just discovered the community and I just kept on doing my music, and I put the studies on the side. You know?
Yeah.
It's just taking a lot of time. You know that, you know how things go,
I
right?
know. But, because you studied design, not music, right?
Actually,
Well.
yes. My main education is interior architecture, and I worked in Tunis in an office, in an agency, like interior design agency, and but music has been always there. You know, like you can never, ever. If you're a musician, you're done. You cannot,
Yeah.
you cannot
You need
push
it.
it away. You cannot push it away.
Yeah, so you've always been a musician.
Musician is just something. I'm from, let's say, a musical family, if you can say
Yeah.
that. Like my dad plays an instrument and my mom sings.
Nice.
So I just grew up in this beautiful vibe at home that everyone is singing and everyone is just enjoying their time with the music. So that's what happened. I just started conservatory and I did guitar lessons. And then I just found that I'm just obsessed about that. Music.
Cool.
You look like a
Am I
musician.
in the way? I look like a musician?
You do!
Well, actually, it was kind of similar. My dad is a musician, and my mom sings in choir. So.
Here we go! Here we go!
And so I also I grew up with music, but I took piano lessons. When I was 6 or so, I started already, and then I took piano lessons all the way up. And then I learned ukulele, but I don't know. I'm not a musician like you are a musician. I'm more like, for me it's a hobby.
It is a hobby.
Yeah.
And you have just a decision that you can just take. Should I keep this hobby as a hobby? Or should I grow with it and go a bit far? Because after studying music and after getting to the diploma, you can just have a diploma and, oh, I have a diploma. But no, there is the other stage, is like get to professional life, professional musical life. And we had this exam, like this musician's exam, to become a professional musician. And I just passed that, and
in Tunisia?
yeah. So
Nice.
not like, it's funny, but in Tunisia, in our ID, we put the job.
In your ID, really?
In the ID, what do you do for living?
Oh.
So in my ID, in my passport, I'm a professional musician,
What?
not an interior architect. No.
That's so... Okay, but then what if I decide to change my career? And do you change your ID?
Yeah.
What?
Well, if you want to change your ID, you can just change your ID. Yeah. It's cool in a way, but it's not good in another way, because basically they are defining how people will look at you
Yeah.
just by looking at your ID. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Right. I mean, for you, it's nice. Everyone's gonna think like, oh, professional musician, so cool.
It's just good when I get pulled over by the police.
Ah.
Yeah, that's the only good thing. When they just look at you, it's like, okay, you're fine, just go. No worries. Or they
You
just...
get the VIP treatment.
Apparently, it's between VIP treatment, and it's also they will ask you questions. They will be like, oh, what do you do?
Yeah.
And boom, they will just forget to take your papers, check everything. You just have a conversation, nice conversation, you know, and that's it. We're done.
Oh,
Happy
nice.
people.
I think, yeah, that would have worked in Germany. When is your music gonna be on Spotify?
Me?
Yeah.
This is something we struggle with.
Yeah.
You know that apparently not only musicians, apparently artists cannot sell their art.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
You cannot sell it?
We don't know how to sell our art, first of all.
Yeah.
Second of all, as an artist, how can you just let your thing, like how can you share what you're doing with the world?
Mm-hmm.
You should sell it, or you should expose it in exhibition, or if you're a musician, you just like record and finalize your tracks and just put them there. But we don't.
Because you're doing it more for yourself, and you just want to...
That's something, that's a big something, that's yes, but from my perspective and a lot of people that I know, we struggle with perfection. We're looking for perfection. We want to make the tracks sounds perfect for us, because those tracks comes from emotions, if we can say that, you know?
Yeah.
So you're basically interpreting your emotions as to music, to notes, to melodies. So you're always looking for perfection, like when will
So
will
when
it
are
be
you gonna
perfect?
put it out? When
Yeah.
is it ready? Yeah.
You will never get there. That's the trap. Musicians, stop looking for perfection. You will never get it. Ever.
You need to tell that to yourself.
Exactly. I'm talking to myself when I'm gonna watch it. I'll be like, oh yes, true. We're doing great. We're doing
Yeah.
great. We should just let it out. We should just like put it there.
You should.
Yeah.
Because people will love it.
Is it about the people or is it about ourselves too? Like, are we seeking validation for what we're doing, or are we seeking our personal satisfaction to live it out?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. What are you seeking? A little bit of both, or more for
I
yourself?
I used to seek validation, to be honest, but a couple of years ago. But I think in the last 6-7 years, I've been just like seeking for my.
6-7 years.
I've
And
been,
do you have any pieces that are like, for you, satisfaction, that you would want, that are ready to go put out?
I think I can say that there is maybe 5 tracks that I can adjust tiny bit
Yeah.
and just let them there.
But why do you still need to adjust them?
Okay, the procedure of producing music as a composer, if you're composing music, basically you can compose as, oh, today I'm gonna do a trap song, oh, today I'm gonna do an R&B, oh, today I'm gonna do electronic, I'm gonna do tribal. You can define the style of the music that you want to play. Or you will just go with your emotions, so you just go there and put it. So, I think I'm just looking for reasons why I'm not letting it out.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Well, because you DJ around Madeira at different events and parties. So you're putting music out, and it's always well received. People love it. People come. People continue to show up when you play.
True.
You have repeat guests, so that must mean they liked it, or they wouldn't come back. Yeah, so you have music that people like, that you can put out.
Music that people like that I can put out as a DJ. Mm-hmm. That means I am basically sharing tracks that other musicians did. Mm-hmm. So I'm sharing those tracks with people, you know? I'm not sharing with them my personal tracks. That's not my production.
But you always add your personal touch to your tracks, and you
like the microphone singing, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. It's
vocal
cool.
solos are fine. They're good.
You should stop looking for reasons to not do it. What's the worst that can happen?
Exactly nothing.
Yeah. Literally nothing, if nobody listens to it. Okay, nothing.
Like sometimes we just believe that your first tracks will define your future as a producer or other musician. So if you're gonna let out something that your audience, if you're gonna have an audience, so here it's seeking validation.
Yeah.
So if your audience will not like what you're serving them, what you're producing for them, done. It will be hard later to adjust that image, you know. But this is just a fear.
So. Yeah.
It's just a fear.
Because people like reinvent themselves all the time. But it's also like, I mean, you have to get that feedback eventually. Because if you never put it out, you'll never know like what people actually like or what they don't like. It's like, I mean, my podcast episodes are also like kind of like an experiment. Like, this is the first time we're doing a cooking show. I don't know if it's gonna get views or not, if people like it or not. But if we never release it, we'll never know.
We'll never know. True. I believe, like actually I know. I know one of my issues is maybe it's a part of my culture. A mission. My personal experience in music, that I've been doing things a bit differently. If you can like cut some squares. You know when the general taste of the music, you know, like the general taste, how people look at it, what people like actually. If that is a part of your culture, if you're gonna do something different, it's not gonna be very, very easy.
True.
Okay? So what happened is I've been always doing something a bit different to what the culture is serving. So I always maybe feeling this insecurity of serving my music out there. I think that's the issue.
How is your music different?
Every musician will say that my music is different. Not mine, as Mahdi, but
yeah,
you know.
in general.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's also like the beauty of music though, because every musician adds their own touch.
I think that's the thing. Ooh, nice squares.
Oh, thank you.
Good cook. There
Yay.
you go. I'm getting myself an assistant. So, The music is different, that it's not based on, like cooking, not based on rules. It's just feelings, emotions.
Yeah.
They're there. And the second thing is, if you don't have any style in mind, you will just compose music, you will just play it. If you don't have any style in mind, and people will ask, oh, what do you produce? What do you do? The answer will be like, I don't know.
It's hard to define, yeah.
Hard to define is already an issue. Because we definitely need to define what are we doing. You're playing piano, right?
Yeah.
What do you play? Right. Wow. Look at this nice, beautiful cheese mountain.
Anyways, yeah, I used to play a lot of classical, and then I kind of started playing a lot of movie soundtracks that I liked. Yeah, that's about it. Some Taylor Swift, of course.
Oh no. You've been playing Taylor Swift on piano.
I sing to it too.
Okay.
I just play the chords, which I'm honestly mostly all the same.
You just said it. That's why I don't like. You know, like it's being a bit repetitive, and you know, like the same chords again and again, the same melodies again and again, the same bridges again and again.
Yeah.
Come on, come on. With all my respect, but that's not the deal. Is this cheese? It is. Nice.
But with your music, do you even want to like make money off of it? Is that a goal of yours, or are you really just more doing it for yourself?
Doing art for art, I respect that, but it's a mistake. Come on. We need money. I think the minimum we can do is to get money. So if you're doing music, get money. Come on, just get money. Do it for money, but not as a goal. The money should not be a goal. The money should be this. Money should be a factor, so you can basically upgrade your tools. You can have the access to more features. You can create your personal own studio. You know. You can get in collaborations. If you sell your music, you can even like travel to do big collaborations with big artists. You can like go to some big producers. The hardest thing is to dream big, but not that big. Like it's hard to dream. It's hard to dream, and be realistic at the same time. This is for musicians or artists.
Like you can dream big in the long term, I think, but in the short term, you need to be realistic. Because you kind of need to at least have enough resources, let's say, to get yourself to the big dream.
Okay.
You know?
So here, let me ask you a question.
Oh, God.
Now let me ask you a question. Do you think being realistic will be a barrier?
I guess it can be, yeah. So I mean, there's also like a spectrum of being realistic. Yeah, I guess, because if you dream big, basically that means you're dreaming probably of something that people have not done before, that's new. And in order to get there, you kind of have to be unrealistic in a way, because you're going into the unknown. Now I have like a picture in my head.
Here
The
we go.
foundation
Here we go. Yes.
should be like realistic.
Okay.
Like it has to be make sense in a way. Like you can't just say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna be a DJ on the moon," you know, which would be really cool. Have a party on the moon.
Oh.
But yeah, no. But the foundation has to be like realistic. But in order to reach like big dreams, I think you have to have like one puzzle piece that is like a bit crazy. Where people are gonna be like, "Are you sure?" Because otherwise you'll just like stick to the A, F, and G chords, like
Yep.
Taylor Swift. So you need to add like a B minor or something in there.
B minor. I'm the C minor guy. As they always tell me that I'm a C minor guy. Yeah, I guess dreaming and being realistic. I think it can be based on your personal experience. So if you know how to reach your goals while being realistic at the same time. Is this cheese?
Yeah. Still.
I'm stealing from your cheese. I missed it.
Oh.
I missed it. It should not be missed.
What's next for your music?
As a DJ or as a producer? That's the question.
Both. What do you want to focus on? Being a DJ or being a producer? What do you identify with?
I identify as a cook.
Oh, as a cook.
No, I'm kidding. Come on.
It's like we just spent 45 minutes talking about music.
So, basically it's about producing what I'm playing as a DJ. This is for the audience. If I need to sell what I'm doing. So doing art for art. We were talking about doing art for art. And to not reach basically what you need to reach, you know, in your career and so on. So basically, where did I put the honey? Yeah. I think if I'm playing this genre of this tribal, arabesque, techno vibe with some vocal solos, and I'm gonna add instruments like live instruments and so on, I think I need to produce this type of music since people are enjoying when I'm serving them as a DJ. You know, so if I'm serving this type of music, which is not the music that I used to produce, if I want to be a DJ producer, the minimum to do is to produce what I'm playing as a DJ.
Right.
So I can reach that point of playing my own tracks. That's success.
Okay, good. So you have a goal.
I do. I definitely do. And I think I went out of my country not to study as a main reason. Studying just made it easier, okay, to get my situation done here. So we're talking about a person that chasing their dreams. I'm just chasing my dream. So as a musician, as a DJ, performer, as a singer, as anything, anything that I can do, I'm just chasing it. And I think that's the minimum that I can do towards myself.
Yeah.
And I'm super grateful for my parents. So, because if they were not them, I will never be here today. You know, because they believed in me and they just pushed me to do that, and they were like always encouraging, like, you're doing good. You know,
Oh,
like,
good.
you're doing great. Well done. It's okay. One day you will get there. It's okay. Keep on dreaming.
Yeah.
You know, like, don't surrender and this and that. Like, I love that.
That's good. Yeah, well, because you said your parents both worked for the government.
Yeah.
Right? So very traditional jobs.
Yeah.
That's nice that they still encourage you to go abroad, live a little more on the, I don't know, unstructured side, let's say.
And by the way, I haven't told anyone that I'm leaving.
You're leaving?
That I'm leaving to Madeira from Tunisia.
Oh, I was gonna say, excuse me.
No, come on.
So you just one day disappeared?
Not disappeared, but 1 week before I go out, I just told everyone like, okay guys, I am actually going to Madeira, to this place, Portugal. I will say Portugal. So I said like, I'm leaving. Because also when I'm planning something, I would love to keep it always private.
Why didn't you tell people about your plans to come to Madeira?
I think energy-wise, if you will tell everything you want to do to people, your focus basically will go a bit lower. It will go down. So if you will keep on telling everything you want to do to people, you will not be focused on doing it because you're already sharing it a lot, which makes things sometimes do not happen.
Okay, I get that point because also like sometimes I feel like everyone I've previously spoke to is like encouraged to like go into communities and talk about what you're doing and get feedback early in whatever you're working on so that, you know, people can give, I guess, different perspectives.
Alright.
But then I think also sometimes it leads to like a bit of decision paralysis because you're getting so much input of like, this is kind of how I feel about the podcast. Like in the beginning I just kind of went with it and did whatever, and then people started giving me feedback and that was nice. But now I have so much input of like, oh, why don't you do this, and why don't you do an episode like this, and why don't you try to monetize it this way and that way, and I'm like, oh, okay. I can barely like keep to my posting schedule, and now I'm supposed to do all these things and that. So yeah, I guess it has pros and cons to share what you're doing.
That's extremely important. You can share if you want to share. Okay, you can share, but just focus on what you had in mind in the beginning. Don't lose that image that you had in the beginning. You know what I mean? Because if you came up with an idea, if you are the creator of your idea, look at this cheesy thing now.
Ooh.
Oh wow. So if you come up with an idea, just believe in it, and believe in your first side about it. Don't change it. Come on, don't change it. It's yours.
Yeah.
It's your idea. That's you. It's a part of you. That's part of your creation. That's part of your.
And also, I think I need to keep in mind like why you're doing this in the first place. Because sometimes when you get too much input from other people, they take it to a completely different place. I'm like, okay, but I'm not doing the podcast to sell anything right now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do that. Basically, I'm doing the podcast right now only to create for creation purpose, which is not gonna work in the long run.
Oh God, you're doing a good podcast.
Yeah.
You're having a very nice energy, and I like that. And even when I watch your other episodes, you're a happy face.
Yeah.
That's important. You're a happy face. That's the image of your podcast.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for a real Poncha Talk.
Yeah. It's coming. It's coming. Thank you.
You're welcome.
For being the first Poncha Talk guest to come from
The first Poncha Talk. The first brunch talk.
Brunch Talk. Yeah, without having Poncha in any of the talks.
Yeah.
Look at this view.
At
Like,
this
how
view.
lucky
Come on.
are we? What is this?
This is what I love about Madeira.
Yeah.
That it always there is a beautiful view to look at, and it's a beautiful place to inspire. I think it's helping me to inspire, and I think it's helping everyone to inspire. Going to the mountains, going to the ocean, spending time with beautiful people, and as I'm discovering here, we're not having the same similarity. Like we're all similar but different, you know. We're all similar that we just gathered at the same place, and it's super beautiful. And in general, we have the same mindset, if you can say. So we are compatible. This beautiful community, it is compatible. The digital nomads that live on the island, there is beautiful compatibility. We are different, of course. We are from different countries, and we have different backgrounds and values, and so on and so on. But this mix is extremely nice. I love it.
Yeah, me too.
And I guess everyone on the island are running away from this superficial life in Europe.
Yeah. Yeah, we have all like the open-minded mindset.
Yeah.
We all came here to get away from something, even though for different reasons. And everyone has like a desire to create something of their own. That's, I think, what I find most inspiring. Everyone has different reasons why they came here and different ideas of what they want to do, but everyone has something that they're creating outside of like the regular 9 to 5 job. So that's very motivating also for me to do that. Why are you laughing?
Because it's 100% true. That's why I'm
You
laughing.
should be laughing.
I think that's the mission of a DJ, by the way. The mission of a DJ, which unfortunately, it's not there. The mission of a DJ is to keep tracks alive. The mission of the DJ is having the responsibility of knowing exactly what to share with your audience as a DJ. Okay, if you're playing in a party, you have the responsibility of choosing the right tracks to play. That's your responsibility. You choose which tracks you're gonna show them to the world. Which tracks you want to revive them, like back again. You know, like it's not dead. Let's keep it alive. Let's keep this track alive. And the way you put it out there is your responsibility as a DJ.
Because basically, to the people as a DJ, you're not like, I think the people are not so much about wanting to hear that exact song. Like, if I want to hear an exact song, I will go to a concert of that band. I go to a DJ because I want to maybe escape or feel just like let loose or be in the moment.
Yeah.
That's why I go to a DJ. And it's your responsibility to create that atmosphere where I can really feel like just forget about the world outside of this DJ setting.
Absolutely.
I think that's kind of the challenge with your music, because your music is so, like, the type of music you play is not mainstream. It's, and it would be easy for you to start playing mainstream in order to please the crowds, and I think a lot of people do that, and they find like the tracks that everybody wants to hear and just play those. But you don't do that. You stay true to your own music.
Because basically I did that for 10 years.
Mainstream music? Really? I cannot picture you playing mainstream at all.
Not mainstream, but like in the beginning I was a hip hop and R&B DJ. That's what I played. Electronic scene, when I arrived to Madeira, basically electronic scene is what is there.
Yeah.
You know, I started to play in the trap music bar for a couple of months, Fridays and Saturdays. I had like good nights, and I also had like empty nights. So they don't have a regular customers, so you never know. But I was basically playing some of the mainstream plus what I used to play usually. So electronic scene now, I'm not gonna play mainstream because it's full of electronic DJs, this island. So if I wanna be there, I'm not gonna be them. I'm just gonna be me. And who is me? Who am I? I'm what I'm serving you guys when I'm playing. That's me. I'm playing something different, and I'm adding my voice over it, and I'm just mixing two tracks, and I like leave them play together for a while. That's me, because I just wanna put it there differently. That's the only thing. And I am happy every time people come and appreciate. They say like, oh, we love the music. When they say that, I just feel super satisfied, and I'm just happy, and that just made my night. And also, you know, Ellie, that when I'm playing, I think I'm dancing more than the crowd.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm just dancing from the beginning till the end.
Yeah.
Because I'm just loving that. I'm enjoying that moment.
But I think that's important because the crowd can also feel that. Like some DJs, if they're just like standing static up there, just putting one track up to the other, not really, like they're not even feeling their music. How should the crowd feel their music, you know?
If you find this kind of DJs that just stand there and do very traditional transitions and no feelings, I see that those are DJs that learned DJing based on rules, and when they are DJing, they're applying those rules, so they have a playlist to play. What if the crowd will not love that music? Do you have any other type you can play for them? No. Why?
Yeah.
Because they are stuck in that square.
Yeah.
That's applying something. What's the difference?
That's planning and not improvising.
That's planning, not improvising.
Back to where we started the
Here
conversation.
we go. We started by improvising. You play
Yeah.
piano, right?
Yeah.
So you know the difference, I guess, between a musician and a practitioner.
pianist.
A pianist. If you're
Yeah.
practicing tracks, you learn them and you practice them so many times, so you will play them
Yeah.
lively. Just play them like that.
Yeah.
What if I wanted to do something different? Will you be able to do that? That's the question.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we are struggling with. When we are jamming with people, are we really jamming, or are we just suffering from not finding musicians that they can understand the flow of the music?
Suffering.
Sorry,
Yeah.
but yeah, we are. We are.
Yeah.
Thank you, universe, for bringing Nikita to my life here as a musician. He's a very good musical partner. He's so good.
Nice.
You can talk with that person by playing together.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing.
I think I'm more of a practitioner when I
Okay.
play piano. Like I've never even been to a jam session. But I'm open to checking it out, how you guys do it. Because I think it's really cool, like, when people can jam and improvise with music like that.
Yeah.
I don't think I can, because obviously I've never done it.
Yet.
Yeah, I need to unstructure my brain.
Absolutely. You did not do it yet. You will be able to do it. Because if you're playing music, so you understand what's music, you understand melodies, so we can play with those melodies. I never taught anyone how to play just songs.
Oh yeah, because you also teach. I forgot. You teach guitar, right?
I teach guitar, piano.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So what's your approach to teaching?
I'm your friend, and I have some knowledge that I want to share with you. So I will share with you things that you cannot find on internet or you cannot find in schools. I do not teach a class. I teach privately, each person alone, because each individual have their own way to learn and their own knowledge about that. So putting people together and putting exams and all that school kind of theoretical part, I don't do it because I hate it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't see you doing that.
No. It should be fun session. It should be really, really fun, and I do it with people that want to learn that instrument. You know, so I train your ear, I train your fingers, I train your creativity, and I try to reach how you can improvise. If you do those, you're ready to go.
That's nice. Because when I took piano lessons, it was very structured, theoretical. I would just, learn one classical piece after the other and go over like every single finger thing and improve technique and things like that. That's how I learned piano. But I never learned to improvise in that way, or to really hear the music or learn how to compose or what the structure really is. And then when I started playing more of when I started hearing oh, I like this theme song of a movie, for example, and then I would go into YouTube and find the chords and kind of teach myself those things. But I didn't learn that in the lessons. The lessons were very German in structure.
How you sit?
Yeah, exactly. You would put the coin on top of the hand to make sure that it stands there.
Yeah.
These things I did, yeah.
With a coin?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, you still can release yourself from those handcuffs. Yeah. Since you play and you have the technique. Boom.
Yeah.
You're ready to
Be
to
free.
Be free, exactly. It's a be free thing.
Yeah.
Just like DJs, just like musicians, just like cooks, just like every person that does something that can be creative.
Mm-hmm.
Get yourselves out of the box. Do not be similar to everyone. That's what I always say to people, like, do not be similar, don't be in that box. Like, open the door, go out. Search, look what's happening there.
Hmm.
Leave it, enjoy it, believe it, feel it, and go for it. And go more for it, you know? And when you start enjoying that, you will never stop. You cannot stop.
Hmm.
You will start always the same. If you're a painter, you will start to paint on random things. You will start to paint on specific perspective. When you stand here, you will see this, and when you stand there, you will see this. That's out of the box.
Yeah. Aw. Free little birdie.
Free little birdies, like go for it like us. Wow.
I ate this whole thing. I love that.
I'm glad you love it.
Feel better now.
Success. Woo!
Woo!
I'm glad you like the food.
Love the food.
Beautiful conversation.
Yes. Thank you.
I feel like I'm doing the closing for you.
Yeah,
for your
sure.
podcast.
Do it.
Yeah.
Follow on social media.
Please follow and subscribe. And I promise. I have to start promising now.
Yes, I will link your first track in the description of the episode.
Oh my god! Here we go. Here we go.
So.
I think I work with pressure.
Okay.
I think I do work with pressure.
Actually, that helps me too. I need a pressure, like a deadline for, like, this is also only about how I started the podcast, is because I randomly got to talking with somebody who was visiting, and he was only on the island for one more week, and I was like, damn, now I gotta, get this podcast interview with him soon before he leaves. So that's why I started it. I think otherwise it would have, like, if it just kept an idea that it's just like keep talking about but never actually go through with it.
Makes sense.
But having that time pressure of, okay, gotta do it. And now I have the time pressure of, like, every Thursday I'm supposed to put out an episode.
Oh.
Because that's what it says on my stupid bio.
That's planning.
But it's good. Because
Okay.
I've been keeping up with it for 6 months now, every Thursday.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done. Come on. Yeah.
So by Thursday you gotta have your music ready.
By Thursday. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, I think I can. I think I can do that. You know what? I can do that.
Nice.
You know what? I will do that.
Love it.
Love it. We
Love
work
it.
under pressure. That's it.
Perfect.
Should I jump now to not do it? So I can find more reasons. Sorry, I had a broken leg. I couldn't.
That's a good ending to the episode.
It's a good. And jumping, you mean?
No, the promise of releasing your music.
The promise. Okay. Let me do it properly. I promise to. This is hard to say. This is the hardest thing to say. Wow. This is harder than telling your parents that you started to do some stupid shit in your life for the first time. I promise to release my first track with this podcast. So you will find the link in the podcast.
Perfect.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure having you, Mahdi.
It's been a
Thank
pleasure
you for
having
the
you.
food.
My pleasure. I'm glad you enjoyed the food
Yes.
and nice view. It was a good conversation.
Very nice.
I'll keep on doing it.
Lovely. Thank you. Bye.